Hi there, welcome to November and week 11 of the semester. This week we're moving forward with the American Dream concept a little bit further. It was nice to read folks' initial responses and follow-ups to the analytical response last week and get a little bit further insight into your ideas about the American Dream based on our readings, based on your own experience, based on some of the research you're doing and the research collections. Also last week, that was sort of a preliminary preview in your Writer's Toolbox activity. We started shifting gears a little bit toward more revision and focused revision on your own writing. And you'll see that the Writer's Toolbox activity last week was about, revising an introduction and focusing on that in order to we're starting the trend toward preparing for portfolio for the end of the semester. You'll also note that last week I sent out an email reminding everybody to attend to your grades, see how you're doing, the grade book's up to date. I mean, it always is within a couple of assignments, but last week, as soon as I had it all caught up to the minute, I sent you an email sort of talking about your requirements for the rest of the semester. In week 14 of the semester, you have to have a total course grade of 70% or higher in order to be eligible to submit your portfolio. So you have to be passing the class in order to submit a portfolio for the class, and then you'll have to pass the portfolio in order to pass the class as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that in week 13. There is information about portfolios available anytime for you. The videos are from last semester, and I'll be updating them in the coming week or two when I have the new handouts that we've recently revised within the department. But the information there, it's very consistent. There'll just be a few changes, dates, things like that. So if you want to get a preview about portfolio, you can do it at any time. In week 11, we're continuing with American Dream. Instead of reading from the They Say, I Say this week, you're actually going to do something a little bit different. There is something from They Say, I Say, which is the speech that President Obama gave called A More Perfect Union. You can also choose to watch that speech on YouTube, and to do that, you just follow the link here. And we're going to be doing a rhetorical analysis. We did this earlier in the semester. Actually, it was the other Obama. Michelle Obama had a speech she gave about nutrition, and at that same time I introduced this handout of UT Austin's Brief Guide to Rhetorical Analysis that talks about essentially the names of the topics are a little bit different in that handout, but it's the idea of ethos, pathos, and logos that many of you may have learned about in high school. And looking at how people write and how they speak in relation to those things in order to really appeal to an audience. And we're going to be working with that further this week. The first thing that you're going to be doing is actually in your Writer's Toolbox, you will be looking at some of your own writing and how successful you are at integrating those concepts of rhetorical analysis and audience appeal into them. And that's what you'll be sharing with me, is your own analysis of how you've been successful at that and how you could improve it. An analytical response this week is a rhetorical analysis of this speech. So it's a little bit different than usual. So please pay attention to the instructions here for that. And you'll be submitting your final topic proposal for the semester. This will be your last sort of original piece, the bigger pieces in the class, the 3 essays that you'll be writing. You'll be submitting your proposal for that. The other thing that's interesting is this week, actually, this will be your final original analytical response based on course reading and materials. You'll have one more analytical response next week, but it will be a revision, again, to help you prepare to make a piece that might be integrated into your portfolio. Okay, it will give you more options rather than just your 3 essays. You also could include something from an analytical response in your portfolio as well. The topic proposal, please make sure that you get it to me by the deadline. And I am going to be busy this week. I have a election is tomorrow, which is Tuesday when I'm recording this, and I work at an election. That means I'm there all day from 6 a.m. until 9 or 10 p.m. And so that's going to be a day where I'm sort of out of circulation. So the earliest you'll hear back from me on your topic proposals is actually Wednesday. Okay, so please stay tuned for that. I want you to be jumping right into it. Next week, there will be an optional essay outline and draft response. I'll be starting to conference with people. So it's important that you get moving on this. We're going to be doing response groups and everything before leaving for spring or for Thanksgiving break so that you don't have that sort of hanging over you while you're gone. So I want all of that original writing to be done when we get back in week 14. The entire week's just going to be revision, 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 and then your portfolios will be due in week 15. So we really are getting pretty close to the end here with everything that's going on. So if you have any questions, please let me know at any time. I'm looking forward to continuing this, the American Dream, seeing how your work revises and turns out over the course of the semester. And I'll see you on Moodle. Bye-bye.